Hey everyone, in today's video, we're discovering the top 15 most breathtaking hidden ecosystems, each a sanctuary of life unlike any other. They're home to unique life forms that have been thriving in isolation and mystery for thousands of years. Let's start with number 15, the Zhangjiajie Valley. In the heart of China's Hunan province lies a spectacular location reminiscent of a prog rock album cover, Zhangjiajie National Forest Park. Highly sought after for its breathtaking sandstone pillars, verdant forests, and dreamlike beauty, this UNESCO World Heritage Site offers a glimpse into a landscape so surreal it inspired the floating mountains in James Cameron's blockbuster film Avatar. The iconic rock formations, often referred to as stone forests, are characterized by thousands of quartzite sandstone pillars that pierce the sky, creating a dreamlike environment. Covering an area of approximately 21 square miles, with the main peak rising to an impressive 4,100 feet above sea level, the Tianci mountain range is a striking example of the natural forces that have shaped our planet over millions of years. The name Tianci translates to Son of Heaven. The park's most famous landmark, the Avatar Hallelujah Mountain, manages to stand out among the rest. The ecosystems here are teeming with life, from the forest floor to the canopy. The lush forests are home to rhododendrons, azaleas, and even ancient ginkgo trees, creating a colorful tapestry that changes with the seasons. Visitors here can encounter a diverse array of fauna too, agile macaques swinging through the trees, while elusive civets prowl the forest floor. Birdwatchers too can delight in spotting various avian species, from the striking golden pheasant to the melodious thrush. Each step along the park's extensive hiking trails reveals new wonders, whether it's a rare plant species or a fleeting glimpse of a wild animal. Number 14, the Simien Mountains. In northern Ethiopia, northeast of Gondar in the Amhara region, lies the amazing Simien Mountains. Part of the Ethiopian highlands, this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its national park, with its dramatic plateaus, deep valleys, and towering peaks, is a haven of ecological diversity and breathtaking beauty. The mountains here were formed from volcanic activity between 40 to 25 million years ago. Lava outpourings created a thick area of basaltic layers, resulting in the formation of a Hawaiian-type shield volcano. Today, the remnants of this ancient volcano, including the peaks like Rad Lejen at 14,850 feet, help to define the landscape. These towering peaks and rugged terrains offer a unique geological profile, with steep cliffs and deep gorges that create a dramatic scene. The Jinbahir Falls plunging into the Geech Abyss further accentuate the park's vistas. Among the most iconic inhabitants here is the Gelada monkey, the last surviving species of ancient grazing primates. Geladas live at elevations between 1,800 and about 14,000 feet, sleeping on cliffs and feeding on grasslands. They spend about 10 hours a day grazing, primarily on grass, supplemented occasionally by flowers and roots. Geladas are highly social and intelligent creatures, forming herds that can number up to 1,200 individuals. They communicate using over 30 different vocalizations, including lip-smacking sounds that resemble a dialect of sorts. Now, this complex communication system makes them the most advanced among wild primates. Their sociability and unique dietary habits make geladas a fascinating subject of study. The Simien Mountains are also home to the endangered Ethiopian wolf, the world's rarest canid, and the Walia ibex, a species of wild goat that navigates the steep cliffs with remarkable agility. The elusive caracal, a medium-sized cat, also roams these highlands, adding to the park's rich biodiversity. Number 13, Yosemite Valley. Encompassing just a small percentage of the western Sierra Nevada mountains of central California, Yosemite Valley is a wild landscape carved by glaciers millions of years ago. It's got the tallest waterfall in North America, plunges over 2,425 feet, and is a sight to behold, especially in spring when the snow melt is at its peak. The valley is also home to Bridal Veil Fall, Tenaya Creek, and Yosemite Creek, each contributing to the area's dynamic scenery. Yosemite Valley's diverse ecosystems here support an impressive array of plants and animals. The valley's floor is a mosaic of dry yellow pine forests and expansive meadows, providing habitats for a multitude of species. The coniferous trees here include a ponderosa pine, lodgepole pine, sugar pine, white fir, and incense cedar, and the majestic giant sequoias of the Mariposa Grove. These ancient trees stand as silent sentinels, some having witnessed millennia of natural history. The undergrowth here in the valley is equally as diverse, with shrubs such as whiteleaf manzanita, mountain misery, western azalea, American dogwood, buckbrush, deerbrush, and even Sierra gooseberry. With wildflowers that paint the meadows with vibrant colors, including Indian pink, soap plant, California poppy, miner's lettuce, purple Chinese houses, purple milkweed, Pacific starflower, western buttercup, and pineapple weed. This rich plant life provides the foundation for a thriving community of insects, birds, mammals, reptiles, and amphibians. Yosemite Valley is a refuge for a wide range of animal species. Black bears, coyotes, Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep, and mule deer are among the larger mammals that roam the valley. The avian population too includes dark-eyed juncos, mountain chickadees, black-headed grosbeaks, with white-headed woodpeckers, stellar jays, American dippers, and even just common ravens. Oh, and reptiles like Gilbert stinks, northern alligator lizards, and rattlesnakes, along with amphibians such as the Sierra Nevada salamander. These all add to the valley's rich biodiversity. Number 12. Stolby Nature Reserve. In the northwestern spurs of the eastern Sayan Mountains, just 6 miles south of the city of Krasnoyarsk, Stolby Nature Reserve, also known as Krasnoyarsk Pillars, stands as an example of Siberia's rugged beauty and ecological diversity. This Russian national park, spanning over 116,000 acres, is famed for its dramatic rock formations and its magnet for climbers, hikers, and nature enthusiasts. With over 200,000 visitors annually, Stolby offers a unique blend of natural splendor and rich biodiversity that captivates all who venture into it. It's situated in the East Siberian taiga ecoregion. It's characterized by a subarctic climate with mild summers and cold, snowy winters. This harsh yet beautiful environment is home to a diverse range of flora and fauna. The park has about 740 species of vascular plants and 260 kinds of mosses. Fir taiga dominates the landscape, providing a dense, evergreen canopy typical of the midlands of the eastern Sayan. The animals here in Stolby are equally as impressive, with 290 species of vertebrates recorded in the park. Many of those animals are adapted to this taiga habitat, such as the red-backed mouse, sable, Siberian musk deer, and the hazel grouse. The park also hosts species that are more commonly found in the forest steppe, including the Siberian roe deer, the steppe polecat, and the long-tailed ground squirrel. The park's avian inhabitants include majestic birds of prey such as the osprey, golden eagle, saker falcon, and the peregrine falcon. In 1947, a farm for wild animals injured by poachers was established by a married couple, which they later expanded into the Roya Vruche Zoo in 2000. This initiative underscores Stolby's role in wildlife conservation and rehabilitation, and despite being submitted for UNESCO World Heritage status in 2007, Stolby's inscription has been deferred indefinitely. However, on December 4, 2019, the reserve's legal status was upgraded to National Park, reaffirming its importance as a protected area. Number 11. Christmas Island. Living in the blue waters of the Indian Ocean, approximately 960 miles northwest of mainland Australia, Christmas Island stands as an example of the richness and diversity of isolated ecosystems. Covering a modest 52 square miles, this remote territory of Australia is an ecological marvel, renowned for its distinctive plants and animals. Its isolation, combined with minimal human interference, has fostered a unique environment that captures the fascination of researchers and naturalists alike. Christmas Island is the summit plateau of an ancient underwater volcano, its terrain blanketed by dense tropical rainforest. With 63% of its land area designated as a national park, the island's most striking feature is its dominance by crabs. Approximately 50 species of crabs inhabit the island, with around 30 being terrestrial. Among those, the Christmas Island red crab is the most iconic. Once numbering up to 120 million, these crabs undertake a spectacular migration to the sea for breeding, a phenomenon that transforms the island's landscape into a crimson sea. This migration not only creates a visual spectacle, but also plays a crucial role in the island's ecological balance. Red crabs are key decomposers, feeding on leaves, fallen fruits, and even carrion, thus maintaining the health of the forest floor. Equally as crazy here is the coconut crab, the world's largest terrestrial arthropod. Capable of growing up to 3 feet across, these crabs are adept climbers, and they're known for their remarkable ability to crack open coconuts. Their presence underscores the island's unique position as a habitat for both large and small crustaceans. The island is also recognized as an important bird area by BirdLife International due to its significant seabird population. Among these are the red-footed booby, which nests in colonies on shrubs and trees, the brown booby, which prefers cliffside nests, and the elusive Abbott's booby, known for nesting in tall, emergent trees. Additionally, the Christmas frigate bird, a species only found on this island, nests along the shore terraces, showcasing the island's role as a critical breeding ground for avians. Number 10. Borneo. So the island of Borneo stands as an expanse of untamed wilderness, encompassing an area that makes it the third largest island in the world. Borneo is a geographical marvel shared by three nations: Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei. The Malaysian segment comprises the state of Sabah and Sarawak, while the Indonesian portion of Kalimantan includes 5 distinct provinces. Borneo's history is deeply entwined within the geological and climatic shifts of prehistoric times. During the ice ages of the Pleistocene and Holocene epochs, it was connected to the Asian mainland. As the ice receded and the seas rose, Borneo became isolated, leading to the unique evolutionary paths for its plants and animals. The topography on the island is equally as remarkable. Its mountainous backbone stretches from the southwest to the northeast, with elevations peaking in the north. Here, near the Indonesian-Malaysian border, the terrain ascends dramatically, culminating in Mount Kinabalu, a towering peak at over 13,000 feet. But the true splendor of Borneo lies in its intricate ecosystems. The island's rainforests, among the most biodiverse on the planet, host an astonishing array of life. These forests, ranging from coastal mangroves to lowland peat swamps, are sanctuaries for countless species. In the canopy, a multitude of birds and mammals find refuge and sustenance. Borneo has about 420 bird species, with 37 of them being endemic to the island. Among these, the helmeted hornbill stands out with its distinctive casque and resonant calls. It's a true icon of Bornean diversity. On the forest floor and in the subterranean depths, small mammals and birds eke out an existence, while larger herbivores and carnivores roam in search of food and shelter. Borneo is home to 288 species of terrestrial mammals, including 102 species of bats and 61 species of rodents. Notably, 44 mammalian species are found nowhere else on Earth. Number 9. Lord Howe Island. Located in the Tasman Sea about 370 miles east of the Australian mainland, Lord Howe Island is a small crescent-shaped island that measures about 6.2 miles in length and about 1.2 miles at its widest point. Now, despite the modest size, this World Heritage Island has an extraordinary range of landscapes and an unparalleled array of plants and animals, much of which remains untouched by human activity. Formed by submarine volcanic activity around 7 million years ago, this island is part of a group of islands that were once part of a large volcanic seamount. Over time, marine erosion has worn away 90% of the original volcano, leaving behind this dramatic landscape that we see. The island is dominated by 2 towering volcanic peaks, Mount Gower at over 2,800 feet and Mount Ligbird at 2,500 feet, which rise majestically above the lush lowlands and pristine lagoons. Underwater, though, the island features rock columns, caves, and coral reefs, adding to its diversity. Its isolation has given rise to a remarkable diversity of plant life, with over 240 native plant species, over 100 of which are endemic. The Kentia palm, known worldwide as a popular indoor plant, thrives in these lowlands, while the curry palm is found on a slightly higher ground. Higher elevations, too, are home to big mountain palms and the little mountain palm, the latter being restricted to the island's mountains. Its animals are equally impressive, with rare and endemic species. The Lord Howe Island phasmid, once thought extinct, is the world's largest stick insect, and a symbol of the island's unique diversity. The island is also home to 4 endemic bird species: the small flightless Lord Howe woodhen, Lord Howe silvereye, Lord Howe Island golden whistler, and the Lord Howe Island currawong. The woodhen, one of the world's rarest birds, saw its population dwindle to just 26 individuals in 1975, but has since rebounded to around 200 thanks to successful breeding programs. Number 8. Valle de Viñales. Valle de Viñales, or Viñales Valley, is a captivating karstic depression renowned for its stunning natural features. Covering an area of over 51 square miles, this valley is situated within the Sierra de los Organos Mountains, part of the Guanaguanico Range. Its unique topography here, characterized by dramatic limestone and its traditional agricultural practices, contribute to its designation as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which happened in 1999. The geomorphological features of the Viñales Valley are among its most striking attributes. The valley is dotted with mogotes, tall, isolated limestone hills that rise abruptly from the valley floor. These mogotes can reach up to 984 feet, creating a dramatic landscape. Plus, the valley's tropical climate, marked by a wet season in the summer and a drier winter, further enhances the region's unique ecosystem. Plants here are pretty amazing. The most famous one in the region is the tobacco plant, which benefits from the specific microclimate and soil conditions of Viñales. The traditional cultivation methods here used, such as hand harvesting and curing, are believed to produce tobacco leaves of exceptional quality. In addition to that tobacco, though, the valley's home to several endemic plants. Pachira emarginata and mountain palm are among the most notable. The valley's plant life is adapted to the unique conditions here, contributing to their rich biodiversity. The valley's karst landscape also provides a habitat for various other wildlife, including the Cuban giant anole and the numerous insect species. The interplay between the valley's geological features and its biological communities creates a dynamic and complex ecosystem that supports a wide range of life forms. Moving on to number 7, the Valley of the 10 Peaks in Canada. Located in Alberta's Banff National Park, about 108 miles west of Calgary, the Valley of the 10 Peaks is a showcase of the Canadian Rockies. This valley is famous for its amazing scenery, marked by 10 rugged snow-capped peaks towering over the crystal-clear blue waters of Moraine Lake. These peaks create a striking contrast against the lake, forming an iconic North American vista known for its hanging glaciers and surreal beauty, making it a prime spot for nature lovers and photographers. Despite its relatively modest size, the Valley of the 10 Peaks makes a significant impact with its topography. The 10 peaks visible from Moraine Lake reflect on the water, creating a mirror-like effect that's especially mesmerizing during the quieter periods of late summer and early fall. The valley's ecosystem is as varied as it is picturesque. The area supports a diverse range of plants suited to its alpine and subalpine settings, with aspens, willows, spruces, firs, and maples contributing to a lush green landscape. The animals here of the valley are robust, with the park serving as a habitat for apex predators like wolves, coyotes, grizzly bears, black bears, all of which play a crucial role in maintaining the balance here. Other large mammals such as cougars, lynxes, wolverines, weasels, along with non-predatory species like moose, river otters, elk, and occasionally caribou, enrich the biodiversity of the region. The higher altitudes are home to mountain goats, sheep, beavers, porcupines, squirrels, chipmunks, pika, and even marmots, all adapted to the demanding conditions of the Rockies. The park's waterways teem with aquatic species too, like trout, salmon, sturgeon, further showcasing the ecological richness of this stunning Canadian landscape. Number 6, the Great Rift Valley in Kenya. The Great Rift Valley, a colossal geological formation, runs from the Red Sea to Mozambique, and it's a premier example of a rift valley, with its Kenyan segment extending about 300 miles from the Ethiopian border to the Tanzanian border. This part of the larger East African rift system is a product of the divergent movements of the Arabian, Nubian, and Somalian tectonic plates, creating a landscape filled with valleys, escarpments, and even volcanic formations. A rift valley is formed when tectonic plates move apart, stretching and thinning the Earth's crust, resulting in a deep, often linear valley. The Great Rift Valley's dynamic landscape is an example of these geological processes. This region of Kenya is noted for its remarkable biodiversity and the variety of its environments. The ecosystem here is especially renowned for its lakes, which contribute significantly to the area's ecology. Lake Turkana, at the northern end of the rift, holds the title of the world's largest desert lake, stretching about 150 miles. It supports a myriad of bird species and a variety of aquatic life. Other lakes in the rift, such as the Magadi, Bogoria, and Nakuru, differ from Turkana as they're shallower and more alkaline. These lakes thrive with blue-green algae that feed insect larvae and smaller crustaceans, which in turn support populations of lesser flamingos. The interaction between these flamingos and their habitat has profound effects, such as oxygenating the lake mud and preserving sediments, which then shapes the physical landscape of the lake shores. The Kenya lake system, including lakes Bogoria, Nakuru, and Elementaita, are distinguished by its diverse bird population. home to 13 globally threatened bird species. This system is essential breeding and feeding ground for the great white pelican and the lesser flamingo, among others. The significance of this system is so extensive, supports not only a vast array of bird life, but also numerous other wildlife species that contribute to the rich tapestry of life in the Great Rift Valley. Number 5. The Azores. The Azores, located in the North Atlantic Ocean about 870 miles west of mainland Portugal, are part of the Micronesia region along with Madeira, Cape Verde, and the Canary Islands. The archipelago is about 5 hours flight from South America and maybe 2 hours from Europe. Its capital, Ponta Delgada, is on São Miguel, the largest and most populous island, while Flores Island is noted as Europe's westernmost inhabited point. The islands are volcanic, situated on the Azores Plateau at the intersection of the Eurasian, North American, and African tectonic plates. This setting has created a landscape with volcanic craters, coastlines, and valleys. São Miguel spans about 293 square miles, and Mount Pico on Pico Island is the highest point at 7,700 feet. The Azores' isolation and varied habitats have led to a rich biodiversity here. The laurel forests, for example, host many endemic species. Over 6,100 terrestrial species have been documented, about 410 of which are unique to the archipelago, underscoring the importance of conservation here. The surrounding waters are also biodiverse, with areas like the Formigas Islets and Dolabarat Reef home to marine life including sharks, corals, sea turtles, and whales. The Azorian Marine Park, which covers about 52,000 square miles, protects these species and their habitats. The park's location at the junction of 3 ocean currents enhances its diversity too, making it a key area for marine studies and attracting researchers and eco-tourists. Despite its natural wealth, the Azores face challenges such as habitat loss, invasive species, and climate change. Conservation efforts are strong, with significant portions of the land and sea protected. Sustainable tourism is also promoted to balance the economic development with environmental preservation. Number 4. St. Kilda. Located in the North Atlantic Ocean, the St. Kilda archipelago is a remote group of islands that are part of Scotland's Outer Hebrides. The archipelago consists of 4 main islands, Hirta, Dun, Soy, and Boore. Known for its steep cliffs, the highest in the United Kingdom, St. Kilda showcases a dramatic landscape shaped by volcanic activity and tectonic movements over thousands of years. Its remote position has helped preserve a unique ecological area with little human impact. St. Kilda serves as a refuge for several seabird species, hosting one of the largest colonies of northern gannets in the world, with about 30,000 pairs. It also supports around 49,000 breeding pairs of Leach's petrels, which is up to 90% of the European population. Additionally, the island is home to roughly 136,000 pairs of Atlantic puffins and 67,000 pairs of northern fulmars. These numbers highlight St. Kilda's significant role in supporting large populations of various seabirds. The island's bird life includes the historic presence of the great auk, with the last British specimen reported in 1840. St. Kilda's plant life is adapted to its challenging environment of salt spray, strong winds, and acidic soils. Although trees don't grow here, the islands have a variety of over 130 flowering plants, 162 fungi, and 160 bryophytes. The St. Kilda dandelion, discovered in 2012, is notable among these. Additionally, the islands have 194 species of lichens and surrounding waters that support kelp and other various marine invertebrates. On the island of Soy, a unique breed of sheep known as the Soy sheep continues to thrive despite the harsh conditions. These small, short-tailed sheep, which shed their wool naturally, number about 200 here, with the second population on Hirta. Valued for their resilience, Soy sheep have been exported internationally to establish new breeding populations. Number 3. Komodo Island. Komodo Island, nestled in the Indonesian archipelago between Flores and Sumbawa, is a highlight of Komodo National Park, which covers an area of 1,900 square miles, including the neighboring islands of Rinca and Padar. This region is defined by its volcanic activity. The terrain here is varied and dramatic, featuring rounded hills that rise to over 2,400 feet. The island then transitions from savanna, grasslands at lower elevations to cloud forests higher up, which begin at elevations above 1,600 feet. The dry climate of the park supports these grasslands, while the higher, mistier regions host those cloud forests. Along the coasts, protected bay house thriving mangrove forests, important for various marine species. The island is known for its variety, including the famous Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard, which is native to this and nearby islands. The Komodo dragons are top predators in the park's savanna regions. The surrounding environment is also pretty vibrant, with coral reefs along the northeastern coast harboring over 1,000 species of tropical fish and 260 species of coral. This area is a sanctuary for numerous species, including the blue-ringed octopus, pygmy seahorse, and whale sharks, and it supports a diverse range of marine mammals like sperm whales and dolphins. Conservation efforts here on Komodo Island date back to 1938, when it was first designated as a nature reserve. It became a biosphere reserve in 1977 under UNESCO's Man and Biosphere program, and was established as a national park in 1980. It is recognized now as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1991. Komodo National Park, it's not only valued for its unique wildlife and marine life, but also as a site of significant natural and cultural heritage. Number 2. Mount Roraima. Mount Roraima, located at the convergence of Brazil, Guyana, and Venezuela, is the highest peak in the Pacaraima chain, reaching over 9,200 feet at its southern edge and 9,000 feet at its northernmost point. It's known for its distinctive flat top and steep cliffs ranging from 1,300 to 3,300 feet. Roraima is a prominent tepui, or tabletop mountain in South America. The mountain was formed from volcanic activity and has been shaped over time by heavy rainfall and erosion, creating a unique landscape. This isolation has turned Roraima into a natural laboratory of sorts for evolutionary studies, with many species that are unique to the mountain. At the base of Mount Roraima, a dense rainforest thrives, featuring tall trees and a variety of wildlife, including sloths, anteaters, tapirs, and many primates. This area is also rich in bird species such as hummingbirds and parrots. Climbing the mountain, the environment changes drastically. The cliff face supports sparse vegetation adapted to the poor soil conditions, including bromeliads and lichens. The summit plateau presents a stark landscape with rocks and small savannas where tough plants and several carnivorous species have adapted to the challenging conditions. The plateau's flora includes the St. Helena's sun orchid and the Roraima grass, both adapted to survive harsh conditions with frequent clouds and high humidity. This rocky surface also supports lichens, algae, and cyanobacteria, forming a delicate ecosystem. The wildlife at the summit is distinct from the base, with unique reptiles and amphibians like the Roraima toad and various geckos. The mountain's caves are home to bats, spiders, and centipedes. However, this fragile ecosystem is threatened by human activities that introduce pollutants and disrupt the natural balance here. Number 1. The Galapagos Islands. Located in the eastern Pacific Ocean about 620 miles from the coast of Ecuador, the Galapagos Islands are a remarkable natural wonder. Part of Ecuador's Galapagos province, the archipelago consists of 18 major islands, 3 smaller ones, and various islets, all of volcanic origin. These islands lie on the equator and at the junction of the 3 major tectonic plates, the Pacific, Nazca, and Cocos, creating a dynamic environment. The islands were formed by volcanic activity starting at least 8 million years ago, with some like Fernandina and Isabel still showing signs of growth. The landscape here features high volcanic peaks, steep cliffs, and craters, with Mount Whiten on Isabella Island being the highest point at 5,600 feet. The isolation and unique conditions of the islands were key in shaping Charles Darwin's theory of evolution due to their diverse life forms. The wildlife here is unique and includes the giant Galapagos tortoise, which can live for over a century and weigh up to 500 pounds. Other notable species are the land iguana, the flightless cormorant, and Darwin's finches, each adapted to the island's varied environments. The surrounding waters here form the Galapagos Marine Reserve, rich with species like sharks, rays, whale sharks, and even sea lions. The coral reefs burst with color and support a wide range of marine life, including pygmy seahorses and the ocean sunfish. Unique to the region are the Galapagos penguins, the only penguin found north of the equator, and the Galapagos sea lion. The islands also have a rich variety of plant life, with over 500 vascular species, 180 of which are unique to the Galapagos. The vegetation here varies from dry, sparse foliage at lower elevations to lush cloud forests atop the volcanic peaks. Noteworthy plants include the giant daisy tree and the endemic Scalesia, a flowering plant genus that thrives across the island's many climates. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Thank you to our channel members.